Yo, yo, yo. Just quick live, just to see what's going on with y'all. I know I ain't gonna be on too long. I know CT about to come on. Just wanted to show my face real quick. Hope folks could hear me okay. If you can't hear me, let me know so I can start over. How's everybody doing this morning? I figured I'd come show my face real quick. See what's up with folks. I need to know if you can hear me though. That's all I need to know is if somebody can hear me. If you can hear me, holler. Okay, just want to make sure that you can hear me. Yo, Ert, what's good? You're gonna have to change your name, your YouTube name to Ert. It's catchy. Yeah, the Ert thing had me rolling. Yeah, that's some funny shit. Like that shit had me rolling. But yeah, Art, we gonna need you to get some sleep, bro. Skywalker was good, right? Y'all two are like, James Brown's son. You know how they used to say James Brown was the hardest working man in show business? Y'all two getting up there, boy. I'm trying to be like y'all when I grow up. But yeah, I ain't gonna be on here too long. I know CT shit about to start in a minute. I just want to come and show my face real quick. Uh yeah, Ponder can be messy sometimes. She's not messy all the time, but she can be messy at times. But she's a woman. What do y'all expect? Most women are messy. That's just women by nature to be messy. Like, oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a little bit of watch time in before CT shows start. I know once that start, I'm going to be dead in the water. So I figured I'd come on here real quick, get a few minutes of watch time in. Hey, if you guys y'all need to check out my videos, man, and tell me what y'all think. I posted a couple of shorts and a video. You know, y'all could just go leave a comment in there or something like that. Anything help me out. I appreciate it. Yeah, Ponders, she's hit or miss. You understand what I'm saying? Like she has her days. Like some days she's brilliant and other days she's messy. Like she's hit or miss. But I don't think what Art did yesterday was bad. I ain't have a problem with dudes saying nigger and all that because he asked. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like dude before he ain't come on, he asked what could he say and what couldn't he say. Brandon, what's going on? I met you long before yesterday, sir. I met you on CT panel, on Chaotic Truth panel. But I appreciate you coming through. I know you're not a big sports person, Brandon, but we could talk cartoons. I love cartoons. I have a kid. So We could talk cartoons all day if you want. I know I got a sub for you too, bro. But yeah, I do Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd. I do all that. I got a kid who loves Warner Brothers, so. But you know, my favorite Looney Tunes character is Taz, Tasmanian Devil. Him and the Coyote, the Wile E. Coyote. They're my two favorite characters in the Warner Brothers. But Art Skywalker, I bet you'll see Punk. Yeah, Art did do his thing. Listen, Art didn't do nothing wrong. I just think she misunderstood what he was trying to do. That's what I think. I think she just genuinely misunderstood what he was trying to do. But you know, everybody gets thrown to the back. So if she upset about getting thrown to the back, then she should just have to get over it. Because all of us get thrown to the back. That comes with the territory of being on the panel, is getting thrown to the back, right? Like that comes with the territory. And again, Art asked the dude. I mean, not even asked the dude. The dude asked Art what he could say before Art even let him on the panel. The dude was like, "Well, can I say this? Can I say that?" It's not like he ain't go through the words of what he could say and what he couldn't say. So when he did say nigger or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he was a white dude. He's a Mexican. Like, they call each other nigger all the time. I assume in LA. You know what I mean? It's just like the Puerto Ricans in New York call each other nigger, and they Puerto Rican. Like, it's just the word. The shit don't hold no power over you unless you let it hold power over you. But I ain't have a problem with what Art did. He was running the show. He gotta run the show the way he see fit, just like you gotta run the show, Skywalker, the way you see fit. You know, it pays the cost to be the boss. And sometimes when you the boss, you gotta be an asshole. That just, you know what I mean, that comes with the territory of being in control. You can't please everybody. Then that's just the bottom line. Like, can't please everybody. Yep. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can't win for losing, and just it is what it is. But she'll get over it. But I ain't going front though. I ain't care for all the traffic that dude was bringing. Now he has a panelist. He was fine. I didn't have a problem with him. What I had a problem with was all the trolls he was bringing with him. You know, it reminded me of Mike. And so really, I don't really want to see dude no more. And it's not nothing to do with him. I don't care for people that bring that kind of trash with them. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not for that. Like he ain't wipe his feet at the door, like Art would say. I gotta get used to saying Art. Become accustomed saying Art for so long. Like now in my mind is Art, but I'm trying to get used to saying Art. Give me a couple of days, I'll get it down. Art. But yeah, it pays the cost to be the boss. I'm not fit to tell nobody how to run nothing. All I do is just give my suggestion, like I did with Bob last night. I wasn't trying to kill nobody, Joy. I was just trying to give a suggestion. Because if we all in this together, all our ideas should hold some kind of merit. It ain't nothing wrong with having ideas. You know what I mean? Like, ideas is a good thing. But But yeah, I ain't had no problem with what you did last night, bro. Not at all. Like I said, when y'all each running y'all streams, y'all got to listen. I'm fine with that too. You know, I just wanted to see when I was talking about new people, I was talking about really the old people that just be in CT chat that ain't never come on the panel. That's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about just completely new people. I was talking about the people that be in CT chat that never really get on the panel like that they could come on Bob's show and get on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, CT show, you got to have some thick skin for CT. Like, it take a lot to be on CT panel. Not everybody built for that like that. See, Bob panel way more laid back. I mean, it could get crazy at times too, but it's way more laid back. You don't have the kind of pressure like you do with CT because you don't have as many eyes watching. So yeah, when I be talking my all voices is welcome, I'm really referring to like all the voices that be in CT chat that generally don't come on the panel. They could use Bob's show to come on the panel. Like people like Rick, people like Primo. You know what I'm saying? People who wouldn't come on, you know, like 26, 23, like people like that who don't normally get on CT panel could come on Bob panel and feel a little bit more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I like hearing different views and perspectives. I don't want to see the same people all the time. Like, you know, occasionally you got to mix it up. Because if it's the same people all of the time, that'll get old. So you got to mix it up sometimes. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with mixing it up, in my opinion. Like last night panel was pretty good with Rick being on there. You understand what I'm saying? Because Rick don't come on there like that. So stuff like that, I'm cool with. I like that kind of stuff to hear new voices. But I got what Bob was saying though. If people could make money and we could have basically the same core people, why not? I'm for that too. If anything, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, help out and get my little channel off the ground. Like, I'm gonna be trying to do some more videos today, like during CT while I'm watching CT. I'm gonna be doing some more videos. Try to get my video game up. That's what I'm gonna be trying to do while CT on. I'm gonna watch him and try to do some videos at the same time. Get my video game up. Yeah, I've been trying to tweak my laptop too, so it don't go through all that freezing shit that I was going through before, because that was annoying. So I had to do some things with that. But yeah, I'm gonna get right with this. I am. And when I get right, we all gonna get right. Because the rising tide lift all boats. I mean, I'm not gonna keep this live though. I'm gonna get rid of this live because I don't plan on being on here that long, and I ain't really have a subject. Like the lives I'm gonna keep gonna be the ones that, you know, have a subject, and if it venture off into something else, then okay. But I appreciate you guys coming here and at least seeing what's up. I appreciate that, but I ain't gonna hold y'all up because I know everybody want to go and watch CT. I'm finna go do the same thing too. But again, I just want to come on here, sir, because I'm trying to learn. Like Ert said, you got to be consistent. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just consistently try to keep, coming on here 15 minutes, 20 minutes. See, I got up late because I was up late with you fools. Yeah, y'all had me up till about 2:30 in the damn morning, almost 3 o'clock. So I woke up kind of late. In a perfect world, I'd have started around 9:30. That'd have gave me about a good hour. But my sleep pattern messed that up. So, but again, consistency. That I understand that's the key to life, is to be consistent. So I'm gonna learn to be a little bit more consistent and start doing more videos on different subjects, not just, just the WNBA, you know what I mean? Even though I have a passion for the I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna do other stuff, you know. I just like women's sports. And of course, I just like sports in general. So I do it all, men and women, because sports is sports at the end of the day. It's all about competition. So, and I'm cool with seeing people compete. So that's my thing. All right, y'all. Well, you know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, you know, send a donation if you got one. And, you know what I mean? Support your boy. Because, Big Dog Sports is going to go somewhere. And I'm going to put in the work. So it could actually go somewhere. Because I see my subs are climbing a little bit. I'm almost at 100. And I ain't never think somebody like me, because, I'm serious. I'm not very funny. I don't crack a whole bunch of jokes. Like I'm pretty serious for the most part. And I don't mean to be. Like it's just my personality. I'm not a comedian. I'm pretty straight and to the point. But I do know how to poke fun at myself and laugh at myself. So that's pretty cool too. I think a lot of people need to learn how to do that more, to laugh at themselves. We have a problem with that. Like people don't know how to laugh at themselves anymore. And it's always fun to poke fun at yourself sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it take the edge off of things. Man, excuse me. Told you messing with that gospel. I ain't really get no sleep either messing with you guys. So forgive me for the yawning. It's not that I'm tired. It's just I guess I'm getting old. But yeah, we in here. We definitely in here. And if all goes well, and everybody do their thing, we could have a whole real network for real. Like we don't have to be just, you know, channels. Like this shit has the potential to be a conglomerate. You know what I mean? Like a real business. Like if we work at it, we could make this like a real business, for real. A whole network. Not just, a splendid series of solos. No. Ain't nothing wrong with being solo, but you can accomplish a lot more being a team. Especially if you got a good core of people around you. You got a good core of people around you, you can make some waves and do some stuff. And I wouldn't mind that at all. I think that would be pretty cool. To see this grow into like a whole network. And we could all use each other to launch each other. You know what I'm saying? We already got people in the circle who got experience doing this. Like, me personally, I don't expect to see the women come to my live because, a lot of the women don't want to talk about sports. So I'm going to throw my little political stuff in there too. It ain't going to be just sports. It's going to be sports and politics. And in instances that they collide, I'm going to cover that. Like, I got a video I want to do about Trump. I know Skywalker's ears perked up like, oh, you want to bash Trump. No, I know you do, Lena. I'm just saying in general, like, I understand a lot of women don't want to talk about sports. You know what I'm saying? I get that. So I'm going to, do politics too. But the politics ain't my strong suit. I mean, I know some stuff, about some stuff. But, I can't get in deep about certain things because, I just don't know. At least the sports stuff I know. And I know I could get like detailed into it. That's all I'm saying. Like, we gonna get it together though. We definitely gonna get it together. I'm gonna make this shit work for everybody. Cause I'm a team guy. I'm all about team. Because a rising tide lifts all boats. So I'm definitely all about team. The more we work together, the faster we could accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. So I get it. And I'm going to work on it. And yeah, I got a video I want to do about Trump. Trump had an article. Well, I read an article this morning about how Trump wants the Washington Commanders and the Cleveland Guardians to change their names back to the Redskins and the Indians. Now, I doubt the owners are going to do that, but Trump put it in his Truth Social this morning that he want to see that happen. So I was thinking about doing a video on that because I do think it's very interesting when the president of the United States dives into the sports realm. Very rarely do you see a president call out, professional team owners about their names. I've never seen it. So I thought that was very fascinating. That Trump would chime in that way. I mean, it makes sense for the Washington Commanders because he's in Washington. But the whole Cleveland thing, kind of took me aback. But, Trump is Trump. He's bombastic. flamboyant. So we'll see. We'll see if he gets these owners to cave and change their names back. I think that'd be fascinating if that happened. If they capitulated to Trump and really went back to change their names. That would be really, really interesting to me. But again, I got the article in my computer, and once I read it and reread it, then I'm gonna like do a video on it and see what people think. But yeah, again, y'all, like, share, subscribe. You know, all donations are appreciated. 50 cents a dollar. You know, we cheap around here. We don't need a lot. Mainly, I just want your support in terms of just coming to show up to say hi. I'm cool with that. Like for right now, that's where I'm at. Just show up and say hi. Even if you don't stay, just show up and say hi. And we be good with that. Yep, we will be good with just that. But yeah, again, you know, I just wanted to come on here. I'm trying to get used to being on here, showing my face. I'm trying to make it so it's like a routine. So when I get off from work or whatever, you know, I lay it down for like an hour or two, and then I come back and come stream for a minute until, you know, CT come on. 'Cause I understand my window is very short between CT and the gospel. I don't get a lot of time in between. So, you know, there's a saying, it goes like you got to get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. But I promise all of y'all, I'm going to get better at this. You know, because I struggle just talking to a screen. You know, that soliloquy stuff where you could just go off and talk, you know, it takes a special kind of person to be able to do that. Like for me, I struggle with that. I'm more of an engagement person. Like I like to actually talk to people and see where everybody's at. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get this together. I promise you, we're gonna get this together. And hopefully, you know, my brother come on board because, you know, he's the reason why I even thought about even starting a channel. It was an idea of my older brother because, you know, he wanted to talk sports. And I was like, okay, well, I'm already on YouTube. So, and, you know, I already like to talk sports. So let's see what's up. But yeah, we're going to get it together. Like, share, subscribe. It's your boy, Big Dog Sports, aka BD. You know, we in the building. And Troll, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for that. For cleaning that up for me. I'm gonna go use that so I could work on that logo of mine. I appreciate you doing that. If I ain't get to say thank you last night, I'm saying thank you now. I thought I said it last night, but I just want to say it again. Yeah, I appreciate you cleaning that picture up for me. It's another thing I had to go on my computer and kind of work on it. He ain't do it for me, but I think it was very interesting that he chimed in on a subject like that. You know, the teams changing their names back. I thought that was fascinating to hear that from Trump. I ain't even think Trump, cared about that kind of stuff like that. But yeah, there's a whole article in the news about that. Sure, Brandon, I could come to your channel when you come on and stream. I don't have a problem with that. And we could talk cartoons and video games and all that stuff. So that's fine, Brandon. That's fine. I'm all for cartoons and video games. I know that might sound strange coming from a middle-aged man, but I got a 12-year-old girl that like cartoons, video games. So I'm very aware of the cartoons and the video games. But yeah, Skywalker, I might do a video on that because I do find that shit to be very fascinating. Just the mere fact that Trump would chime in on something like that, I find fascinating. I really do. But Donald Trump is not a stranger to sports. Before he ever even ran for president, Trump would be at all of the fights. He'd be at all of the UFC stuff. He'd be at the WrestleManias and all that stuff too. Trump's not a stranger to sporting events. In fact, Trump likes to be at sporting events. You notice he goes to the World Series, he goes to the Super Bowls, like he'd be at all the big boxing fights or the UFC. Like, Trump is a sports fan. When do you want to have a stream? Oh, Brandon, we could talk about that because he's America first. I don't know, Brandon. I don't know. I don't really have a particular day. I would just, when you come on your stream, we could talk about that on your stream. Well, I read the article and he wasn't speaking as president. I think he was just speaking, just off the cuff because, Trump is off the cuff. That's the appeal to Trump, is that he is off the cuff and he is liable to say anything at any time. But yeah, I read that this morning that, he was trying to get the owner of the Washington Commanders to change their name back to Redskins and the owner of the Cleveland Indians to change their name back to Indians. They're the Cleveland Guardians in Major League Baseball now. But he wanted them to change their name back to Indians, talking about like the name changes was because people were being woke. You know what I mean? And that Redskins and Indians aren't as racist as people trying to make them out to be, but I don't really know any real like Native Americans, like Indians like that. So until I meet one in person, to see what a real like Indian think about that, I won't never really know if Redskins is a racist term or, the term you saying Indians, if there's a racial element to it. I think the Redskins should sound way more racist than Indian, honestly. But, you have the Atlanta Braves, you have the Kansas City Chiefs, right? So you have the Seattle Seahawks. You do have, a lot of sports franchises with Indian-based names. Let me see what helping to honor the one and only Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe, one of the greatest athletes of the 20th century. A lot of people don't even know about Jim Thorpe like that. But Jim Thorpe, easily top 10 athlete of the 20th century all time. He was an amazing athlete, especially for his time, early 20th century. Man, I don't care what name they are. I'm still going to hate them because they in my division. Fuck the Commanders / Redskins. Fuck them because they in my division. And I'm a Giants fan, so it's fuck the Redskins, Commanders, it's fuck the Eagles. It's you know how I feel about the Cowboys. I ain't gonna even get into the whole cowboy part. I'll spare you this morning on my cowboy hate, Skywalker. I'll save that for the gospel when I come up there. Yes, I will. I will save my vitriol. Good morning, Bad. What's going on with you, brother? I'm just on here trying to get used to becoming consistent. I just wanted to show my face real quick. You know, get a couple of minutes, some watch time. Yeah, let's go Cowboys. You know, Skywalker, I'm not gonna lie, messing with y'all, I'm really, really geek for football season this year. I'm gonna talk a whole bunch of shit to y'all. Y'all don't even know. Yeah, back at work. That's me tonight too, bro. So I feel your pain, Bad. I do. I feel your pain. Nobody wants to go back to work on a Monday. So I get it, bro. I get it. Cause that's me tonight. Yeah, I don't want to go back to work either, but you know, gotta pay the bills, right? Don't work, you don't eat. So it is what it is. But again, thank all of y'all for coming. Like, share, subscribe, donate if you got it. But again, they're not mismanaging her injury. They kept her out, and that was a good thing, and they're gonna keep her out for the next game too. What I think happened to Caitlin Clark is that she came back too fast. When you pull a groin, which I've pulled the groin before, you got to sit for at least a month. At least a month. The groin shit hurt, boy. Like it's like the muscle, the inner part of your thigh. When you pull that motherfucker, boy, that's real pain. Like that's not nothing to be playing with. It make it hard to walk around and all that stuff. So, and she's running around. So, yeah, it take at least a month, at least. And that's like, yeah, it ain't no day to day or week to week. Yeah, it ain't that. It take at least a month to fully recover from a groin injury. Yeah, I don't believe that they mismanaged her injury though. I just think that they put her on the court too fast. Like when she initially pulled her groin, they were supposed to just sit her, period. But, you know, when you're dealing with a player like Caitlin Clark, who demands so much attention, you understand what I'm saying? They were just antsy to get her back out there, especially right before All-Star weekend. That's what that was about. I don't think that was the team so much as it was Caitlin just wanting to play. I think that was more about Caitlin Clark wanting to play than the actual Fever mismanaging her injury. But you know, players do that all the time. A lot of players are okay playing hurt. You see how Tyrese Halliburton, he wasn't supposed to play in that game 7, but he came out there. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was a playoff game and he felt like he could get through it. And now he came back too quick and now he done for a whole year. So it's a risk. It's high risk, high reward when it comes to that kind of stuff. When you know you playing with an injury, you always know you have the chance to fuck something else up because you have to compensate for that injury. Your body compensates. When you try to relieve pressure on one part of your body, another part of your body has to exert more pressure to alleviate the pressure that you're trying to not have on your injury. Yeah, her injury, she has a groin injury, a groin pull. And I know I've had one myself, so I know exactly what that shit feel like, and it's not pleasant at all. Oh, you're saying her injury is worse. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, I haven't really seen any reports about the severity of her injury. Maybe they keeping that under wraps. Like they not trying to let people know how serious her injury is. But what I do know from reading the ESPN is that she's not gonna play the next two games that they have on the schedule. I think today's Monday. I think the Fever next game is Wednesday. And I know she's not going to play. They play the Liberty. So she's not going to play that game for sure. Now, yeah, she trying to get her own doctors, right? I heard that story too, that she's trying to get her own doctors. But a lot of athletes do that. That's not uncommon. Kawhi Leonard was like he was like the first real one to do that, to like get his own doctors, and that's why him and San Antonio fell out because he wanted to get his own doctors after he got hurt in that playoff game against Golden State. That was a few years back. All right, y'all. I'm gonna jump off here now. I know y'all want to go watch CT, and I'm gonna go pop in the CT shit too. But thank you all for coming. I appreciate that. Again, join the team. Just Big Dog Sports, aka BD. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, and I'ma holler at y'all on the come up. All right, y'all? Later.